You are all our honored guests at this celebration as we recognize this exceptional class of 2024. Welcome to the Park City High School graduation ceremony, where we celebrate the achievements of our 407 graduates and also the collective accomplishments of our school community. Today we mark a significant milestone in the lives of our graduates who represent the best of the Park City schools and who have excelled in academics, performing arts, and athletics. As I welcome you here today, I also want to highlight the exceptional contributions of our faculty, including Trip Marshall, Deborah Alcox, Holly Huggins, Galen Mooney, Ed Mulick, and Roger Arbabi, whose accolades, thank you. Whose accolades from prestigious organizations underscore their commitment to education and to community service. And to our students who have demonstrated exemplary academic achievement, we are so proud of your accomplishments. As we look forward to the bright futures of our graduates, my message to you this afternoon is, behind you, all the memories. Before you, all your dreams. Around you, all who love you. Within you, all you need. Congratulations, class of 2024. As you step forward into new beginnings, may you carry the torch of excellence, resilience, compassion, and all that you've achieved through your education at Park City Schools. Welcome, and let us proceed with the celebration of these outstanding graduates. Please stand for the national anthem.
Dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Please be seated. Congratulations, class of 2024. My name is Hale Nichols, Park City High School Valedictorian. A valedictorian has been defined as someone scared of the future while I hop in the DeLorean. While I have never seen Mr. West get in the DeLorean, I have been scared of the future. Afraid that I didn't work hard enough, beat enough people, missed out on too many opportunities. But when I look in front of me, I'm reminded of all the amazing things and people that I didn't miss out on, and I couldn't be more grateful. That's the biggest thing that I've taken away from high school. To appreciate, not effort and achievement, but the people you share it with. To celebrate every win like it was your first. Treat every friend like they were your best friend. And like Mr. Mulick says, never go to bed mad at someone. We're all going somewhere after this, whether halfway across the country or right down the road at the U, which is apparently half the classes here. We've all achieved something spectacular, but achievement alone can't bring us joy. We need people to share it with, and thankfully, there's no group of people I would rather celebrate graduation with than you all. So thank you to all the teachers and parents that have helped me along the way, and especially to all those graduating today. Speaking of people that should not be graduating, my delinquent friends, who time and again have dragged me out of my comfort zone and forced me to explore life. Derek, Turner, and Abby, y'all have been the reason that I've developed split personality disorder. For those of you who know me only from school, you'll notice I usually fit the typical nerdy valedictorian archetype. Loves the school a little too much, raises his hand all the time, and throws the occasional, actually. For those of you who have the unique punishment of knowing me outside of school, I am definitely not the same. A point I am not going to elaborate on. I'm not saying I'm unique in this dichotomy, but it has taught me a lot. Don't force yourself into a label, know different people, and don't limit your own personality. We'll let you be more, see more, and know more. It's taught me that the only person standing in your way is you. Inhibition, fear, and pride are the enemies of your progress. I know because they've held me back. And trust me, the fear of losing what you have will rob you of more than you could ever have lost by just taking that chance. Just a few months ago, I put that rhetoric to the test. It was spring break, and I was taking a trip down to southern Utah with my friends. These were not my delinquent friends, but rather my respectful ones. Jaron, Tavian, and Alexander. One of our trip days was a slot canyon, where we were praying to hike up and canyoneer our way into one of the many slot canyons around Hanksville, Utah. We started our hike at a reasonable 10 a.m. and reached the slot canyon around noon. Now, we'd seen the weather forecast showing no rain, but after seeing an alarmingly gray sky, like the one we see here today, we decided to wait a little bit to see if it cleared up. Thankfully it did, and we started climbing. After 3 or so hours of normalish slot climbing, we thought we were nearing the end, when we came to a 20-foot sheer cliff. Now, out of all the high honor roll students there, not one of us thought it might have been a good idea to turn around and cut our losses. Instead, being the stubborn STEM kids that we were, we made a human tower to lift each person up, and then, after each person was up, I had the unique opportunity of making a janky Swiss seat that I learned from a YouTube short. Then I had Alexander Ken, who, for those of you who know him, is incredibly well built, pull me up. And that wasn't all, because after another 4 hours of climbing and about 5 more near-death experiences, we made it out of the canyon. For those of you in the audience keeping track, that makes a very cold and dark 8 o'clock exit time. We still had about 2.5 hours of hiking to do. We were out of food, out of water, exhausted and bruised from pulling each other up the cloth across the slip rock. Following several mental breakdowns, slight detours, and a few drinks from questionable streams of water, we made it back to our car. Did Alexander swear at me a few times and claim he would never go slot canyon again? Yes. Did Jaron have a slight limp for the rest of the trip? Yes. But did Tavy and I have a good time? Yes, we did. So, stubborn and dumb as we were, we made it out of that canyon and back to our car. Life is a lot like that slot canyon. Long, hard, with lots of obstacles. And the best way to get through that slot canyon is the same way we get through life, with people. And not to mention a lot of rope. More importantly, however, you never know when the slot canyon or life will end. So don't be afraid to be stubborn. Get over that next ledge, because you never know when it might be your last. I know this all sounds a bit existential, but I find that's the best way to think about things. So never stop hiking, climbing, and scratching your way up to the next ledge, as you're squeezed on both sides. Because if you just keep going, the top will never be that far from us. And if we have people to help us along the way, it'll make the view all the more enjoyable. So let's keep going, because it's getting dark, and I think Tavian forgot to pack his donuts. Oh, and as always, go Army, go Navy, and beat Army!
As the graduating class of 2024, we are often told that we are the future. Now, given a couple notable high school experiences I've had over the past couple of years, I've occasionally doubted that proposition. The real future may end up being much less human. This is, of course, due to our dear friend ChatGPT, to whom many of us owe our grades for legal purposes. That last statement was a joke. Please let me keep my diploma. I need this. In an effort to avoid becoming humans from WALL-E, I am here today to prove that we, the class of 2024, are the future, and that ChatGPT, that funny little word machine, will become obsolete by our hand. In order to prove that humans will remain the dominant force on this planet, ChatGPT and I will be competing in the Graduation Speech Gauntlet, a series of challenges to see whether man or machine can write the better graduation speech. Please keep in mind, our sample size for humanity is me, so don't be expecting any miracles. Let's get into it. Naturally, the first challenge in the AI versus underqualified speaker showdown is writing the introduction to a graduation speech. This is what ChatGPT came up with. Quote, "Ladies and gentlemen, imagine that our most pivotal moments are shaped not by grand achievements, but by the quiet, everyday choices we make. Today, as we embark on a new chapter, let's reflect on the small decisions that have brought us here, shaping our journey in unexpected ways." Unquote. This isn't a terrible way to start off a speech. It certainly gets the message across, but it lacks flair. Flair, I would argue, is the most important part of a graduation speech. Do I really want to be remembered as the good-natured fool who just came up here and blathered on for 5 minutes? No. I want to be remembered as the good-natured fool who came up here and made unfunny jokes that made his principal mildly uncomfortable for 5 minutes. That being said, let's see if I did any better. The very first day I went to preschool, I had a fantastic time. Unfortunately, my school experience was all downhill from there. This speech will not be altering that trajectory. Nothing like a bit of self-deprecating humor to kick off an important occasion. Now for the second challenge. An essential part of any graduation speech are the inside jokes that poke fun at our shared high school journey. Seeing as I actually attended this school, it would be rather embarrassing if the computer won this round. Here's ChatGPT's entry. Quote, "Before we move on, let's take a moment to appreciate Park City High School's unofficial motto. Fresh powder today, homework tomorrow." We've all lived by it, survived by it, and somehow we're still graduating, unquote. Most annoyingly, the AI hits the nail right on the head here. Nothing makes procrastination seem more appealing than a powder day. As for my inside joke, I struggled to find a worthwhile topic. And this is probably because I spent my high school years reading books instead of talking to people, which I would not recommend as a strategy in a social setting. Here's my best attempt at a Park City High School specific joke. I am beyond excited to finish high school and move on to bigger and hopefully better things, but I'll never fully forget my time at this school. This is partially because Miss Waller will be sending me annual emails asking me to donate to the food drive. It's for a good cause, so we'll let it slide. The final, and arguably most important part of a graduation speech is the uplifting conclusion. This is also, to me at least, the hardest part of the speech, as it requires immense imagination to pull off in an original manner. Let's see how ChatGPT does. Quote, "As we stand on the brink of a new journey, let us carry forward the lessons we've learned and the friendships we've forged here at Park City High School. Remember that the future is not just a destination, but a series of moments where we can make a difference. So embrace the challenge, cherish the memories, and always strive to be your best selves. Congratulations, class of 2024. Our adventure is just beginning." Unquote. As suspected, that conclusion was encouraging, positive, and, if we're being honest, immensely boring. Will my attempt be any better? In a word, no. In many words, here are my final thoughts. I've wasted most of this speech on moderately successful jokes, so let's end it on a serious note. I don't think that AI is going to take over the world because it lacks something that we here have in abundance: creativity. I've seen some truly incredible things be accomplished by this class when we set our minds to it. We are the ones with the power to change the world. Let's go and do it. Thank you, class of 2024.
Parents, guardians, guests, board members, superintendent, faculty, and especially the class of 2024. It is an absolute honor to have served as your principal during your time here at Park City High School. This is a momentous occasion as we come together to celebrate your achievements, to reflect on your journey, and embrace the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. First, I want to thank all of your teachers and staff from kindergarten to your senior year. I would like to recognize all the Park City School District teachers and staff. Will you please stand? Thank you guys very much. Appreciate everything you've done. Class of 2024, you have been amazing. As a faculty, we have truly enjoyed seeing you develop and mature into young adults who are ready to take on the world. And I've got some interesting statistics to back up my claim. Your class is made up of 407 graduates. 100% of your graduating class is actually here graduating today. Congratulations. 82%, or 330 of you, are pursuing higher education, and you are attending 110 different universities in 34 states and 3 countries. Some of you are going to be joining the military. Some of you are going to be taking a gap year. Yes. And others are going on your mission. Congratulations to all of you guys. 15%, or 67 of you, come from families where neither parent attended college. And of our first generation students, 66, or 40 of them, are going to continue on at the university level. Voy a repetir esto en español porque es muy importante. El 15% o 67 de los alumnos vienen de familias en las que ninguno de los padres asistieron a la universidad. De estos estudiantes de primera generación, el 60%, 66% o 40 alumnos continuarán su educación. Felicitaciones. Academically, you have proven to be an extraordinary group of students. 84% of you took AP classes, and 93% of you took either AP or concurrent enrollment. That is incredible. That's 380 of my graduating class of 2024 took college level classes when they're in high school. Congratulations, guys. This class was offered $19,627,864 in scholarships. $20 million in scholarships. But your accomplishments stand far beyond the classroom. This graduating class left their mark in the arts. Whether it be through the music program, who had so many breathtaking performances and earned straight ones at state, dancers who put on the show Life is a Dance, the theater nerds who put on Chicago, or the visual arts students with colorful displays around the school. You have embraced creativity as a means of expression. You have shown that the arts still thrive, and your works and performances have touched the hearts of those who have witnessed them. Congrats. Not only have you excelled academically and artistically, but you have also proven yourselves to be exceptional athletes. Did you know that you, as a group, lost only one Region 10 athletic event in the fall? Many of our teams finished in the top 3 in the state, including girls soccer, boys golf, girls swimming, both of our lacrosse teams. Congratulations. Mountain biking and hockey won the state championships. And for the first time, we had our first female wrestling state champion. Congrats. Your commitment to discipline, character, and teamwork have made the Miners one of the top competitors in the state. Over half of you, 56% of you, participated in the 23 different sports comprising of 52 different teams, and additionally, 47% of you participated in non-school related sports. It's just incredible. Congratulations to all your accomplishments this year. Class of 2024, you are academics, you are athletes, advocates, and artists, but you're also state champion debaters, computer programmers, robot developers, pilots, you're LIAers, Sterling Scholars, D&Ders, and PCHS. You're in Student Council, National Honor Society, and so many other clubs. You are just starting adulthood, and I know that you are ready for the next chapter of your lives. But I hope you remember this great school that you attended, this beautiful community that you lived in, and all of the help and support that you have received from your parents, family, friends, teachers, and community. Embrace the challenges that lie ahead with the same determination and resilience that brought you here today, and you will do amazing, amazing things. We will miss you. Congrats, class of 2024. Board President Kaplan, would you please join me at the podium? I can verify that each of the students seated in front of us have completed all of the requirements mandated by the state of Utah through the State Board of Education mandated by the Park City School District. I therefore present to you the Park City High School graduating class of 2024.
On behalf of the Park City Board of Education, I am pleased to receive the graduates assembled here today. I present to you the class of 2024.
Isabella Abonce Mendez. Victor Alberto Ramirez. Sage Stevie Adler. Sonia Paige Adrian. Amalia May Fong Aiken. William Douglas Alderman. Elizabeth Grace Alexander. Saeed Tarlin Aliev. Lexi Elizabeth Victoria Allen. Loie Opal Daniela Allen. Shay August Allen. Alexandra Alonso Ayala. Danielle Alonso Pacheco. Cayetano Alvarado. Eric Alvarez Marin. Ella Elizabeth Anderson. Micah Macaulay Anderson. Wyatt James Peanut. Isabella Talia Andrews. Catherine Marielle Angier. Hugh Aiden Arbabi. Astrid Alessa Ariola. Kieran Patrick Atkinson. Jonas Axpo.
Olivia Charlie Bach. Grayson Wesley Bailey. Hannah Elizabeth Baldwin. Sebastian Joseph Luis Montoy. Nina Lehua Bastic. Gabriela Yared Bautista. George Cannon Beal. Davis James Beard. Alexander Lee Beeson. Benjamin Lucas Beatty. Emma Jules Bechtel. Trey Alexander Beitner. Michelle Benito Aguirre. Brooks Dawson Bezimer. Lauren Macy Biglow. Samuel Hawken Finger. Harold Bracken Birch. Kelsey Starr Blazak. Margaret Lenore Blazak. Amber Blessing. Brooklyn Kate Borboom. Catherine Faye Booth. Holden Michael Boss. Brady William Boyle.
Cooper Robert Brannigan. Madison Mackenzie Brent. Ava Isabel Bretz. Griffin Adrian Riley. Scarlett Lorena Brinton. Ava Caroline Brooks. Lydia Louise Brown. Coulter Robert Bryson. Montana Ann Meixner Durat. James George Frederick Bush. Ella Luann Bynum. Lou Byrne. Chase Guster Campbell. Emily Ann Campbell. Isabella Ruth Campbell. Olivia Faith Campbell. Noah DuPont Canada. Jacob Harrison Carter. Morgan Jane Carter. Spring Beverly Carter. Tatum Ruth Carter. Jack Mathis Castelli. Kylie Yesbeth Castro Barrios. Abby Centurier Harris.
Kate Allen Chang. Anna Francis Chaziz. Mason T. Christensen. Annabella Rose Sirocco. Thea Michaela Claveria. Nash William Clevenger. Richard Buchanan Collinson. Porter Connolly. Roxana Yvette Contreras.
Hazel Mary Cook.
We have a backup.
Everybody sit.
Louis Abraham Correa III. Lucas Alexander Costello. Joseph Anders Cronin. Tanner John Crosby. Jeanette Grace Dahl. Veronica May Kurland. Jeanette Grace Dahl. Stephanie May Dalus. Seaton Maurice Daly. Duncan Parker Davis. David Charles Dellenbach. Jake Burton Diamond. Anna Elizabeth Dillman. Nicholas Anthony DeStefano.
Cedric Riley Donovan. Daniel Patrick Dooley. Devin Palma Dowling. Emmanuel Duarte Cuato. Gabriella Angeline Duffner. Idra Isabella Amendola Duncan. Carter James Elgie. Lars Christian Entz. Lehua Noelani Engler. Jack Derek Erickson. Isabella Escobar Bobadilla. Mia Feliz Escobar. Logan Brian Iyer. Lila Faith Farm. Natasha Lee Farrell. Phoebe Quill Finkel. Ricardo Jair Flores Luna. Abby Lee Francis. Addison Edmonds Frauenberg. Spencer Nasuga Gowlis. Scarlett Marie Gauss. Solomon Isaac Garcia. Bryson Kenneth Garland. Anna Gasparic. Lila Elizabeth Getson.
Lily Gennard. Jackson J. Glasser. Alice Patterson Glore. Max Paul Goldberg. Carlos Adrian Gonzalez. Camden Sawyer Brooks Goodman, oh my gosh. Duke Joseph Gordon. Sophia Elizabeth Gosvick. Grayson Archuleta Graham. Jesus Vaqueron Núñez. Gretchen Ada Rizal. Prosper Charles Parkerton Gross. Nicholas James Getting. Ashton Lynn Gurney. Nathaniel Elijah Hadar. Haley Karen Hale. Weston True Halper. Tavish Michael Hardy Polinsky. Robert Leland Harmon. Madeline Catherine Harris. Kendall Grace Hassel. Ty Warren Hastings. Garrett Charles A. Bear. Olivia Hetherington Pyle.
Cohen Xavier Helmke. Charlotte Mackenzie Hemish. Eliza Ren Henry. Andres Javier Hernandez. Jolson Yasmin Hernandez. Benjamin Robert Heskett. Cadence Jane Hildebrand. Keller Charles Hill. Evelyn Kathy Hildebrand. Macy Ellis Hooksema. Estelle Grace Honigman. Drew Gray Hoots. Braden Tripp Hopkins. Stevie Kate Huff. Caitlin Jean Howell. Marley Nelson Hubble. Israel Huerta. Sebastian Huertas. Salem Alexandria Cole. Emily Ann Hunt. Lila Eloise Hunter. Douglas Paul Hutchinson III. Charlie Margaret Iacobelli. Brooke Alexa Infersha.
Jacob Roland Inman. Lincoln Thomas Jackson. Luke Quinn Jackson. Jack Paulson Jacoby. Eric Jesse Jakes. Zoe Marin Jensen. Jessica Waters Ramirez. Leslie Eileen Juarez Vasquez. Ava Lily Cassica. Will Scott Keller. Maya Noel Kelly. Tegan Reese Kelly. Alexander Lipke Kent. Sophia Christine Kenton. Kira Madison Hessler. Ryan Hoy King. Lena Mary Catherine Klein. Dela Secret Kuhn. Dante Arthur LaBelle. Judah Michael LeBrin. Mason Jean Lambert. Bridget Jean Lane. Eliana Joy Larkin. Lillian Starbuck Lawrence.
Charles Woodward Lawson. Garrett Ryan Lee. Zachary Lebwall. Sophia Stephanie Leon Carbajal. Sadie Giselle Lindstrom. Ella Grace Linneberry. Anli Olivia Lockwood. Carson Drew. Audrey Olivia Lord. Fisher Scott Loveridge. Edwin Michael Lausma. Jessica Boyer. Logan Atticus Lusher. Dylan Lee McClellan. Samuel Magana Almonte. Matthew Thomas Malloy. Emily Susan Manila. Devin Leslie Mananen. Jade Ashlyn Manning. McCartney Violet March. Thomas Albert Marchetti III. Danielle Mariano Nava. Juan Pablo Mariscal Barajas. Emiliano Mariscal Goba.
Calvin Leonard Marsh. Peyton Grace McClellan. William Sands McCurdy. Apollo James McCaff. Ella Catherine McNeely. Amy Leonel Cabrera Meneses. Kobe Nara Erkastegi. Peyton Daria Michaels. Preston Sarus Michaels. Ronan Eli Miller. Hannah Rebecca Minor. Zachary Temujin Minter. Ulysses Montalvo Hernandez. Tyler Matthew Montenegro. Alexander Isaac Moore. Henry Bridgman Morgan. Isabel Lucille Morris. Jade Candace Manoa. Drew Gage Murray. Harper Eugene Nagel. James Harley Nance. Chloe Elizabeth Napier. Taylor Kathleen Nat. Giselle Nava Peña.
Emery Eugenie Nelson. Alex Nava. Carson Michael Navarro. David Gabriel Neerman. Sophie Francis Neff. Grant Theron Nelson. Hale Lewis Nickel. Jagger Ski Nice. Grace Christina O'Darty. Juan Jose Ojeda. Luciano Nahuel Olivares. Jason Allison. Gabriella Vera Olson. Genevieve Grace Olson. Jose Raul Onofre Hernandez. Samuel Thomas Updike. Zoe Marie Otto. Corona Payares. Andrea Haniyawa. Karen Pantaleon Vasquez. Maya Eleni Pantazelos. Bowden James Parkinson. Nathan Henry Bashir. Zoe Sonoma Peck.
Marco Davis Peretti. William Philippe Perret. John Aiden Path. Jordan Pineda. Josefa Pineda. Alana Catherine Pittman. Cooper David Borges. Hayden Benton Price. Bridget. William Jackson Province. Garrett John Provine. Abigail Kathleen Prime. Bowen Jessica Prime. Mia Catherine Buleo. Quinn Dean Fulham. Manuel Ramirez. Spencer Bo Randall. Nayeli Yoleth Randall. Ryan Rossi Rayner. Sally Shay Rayner. Delana Marie Rekcheso Kunst. Ronan David O'Sullivan Reedar. Cad Peyton Reed. Lucy Ann Renola. Valerie Reyes Luz Areli Reyes Molina. Kimberly Reynoso Mendoza. Alejandro Alvarado Reynoso. Liam Charles Richards. Tizer Charles Reeson. Brooke Marlene Roach. Zoe Christine Roberts. Tavian Scott Robertson. Eric Manuel Robles Castro. Esteban David Rocha. Ernesto David Rodriguez. Maria Azucena Rodriguez. Mariah Nicole Rodriguez. Renee Amy Rogers. Jacob Dean Roller. Andrea Romero Rubio. Ben Isaac Rubenstein. Ella Marie Russell. Maximus Neil Russell. Nathaniel Bradley Rust. John Stanley Saladega. Hardin Bassem Salem. Catherine Nicole Munoz. Daniel Santiago Barbosa. Derek Zane Centurion. Patrick William Shady. Hilton Johnny Schindler. Sky Bella Schlopi. Samantha Janet Schofield. Philip Jet Schott. Yaneli Sebastian Jose. Rollin Michael Seraphin. Wesley Sterling Sargent. Ella Grace Shagan. Addison V. Shaw. Alexis Jane Sheridan. Natalie Rollin Sheridan. Anderson James Silianoff. Tyler Brian Silky. Lucy Grace Silverstein. Maren Lily Simon. Mila Mary Simon. Charlie Sims. Mason Singleton. Jackson Spencer Slomiak. Braden Smith. Cameron Logan Smith. Connor Matthew Smith. Sav Irene Smith. Shane Leary Smith. Zach Smith. Carla Solano. Gabriel Tade Sorensen. Natalie Corinne Southern. Jack Walker Scripps. Catherine Elizabeth Stavish. Amelie Kayla Stein. Lila Baker Stein. Elspeth MacArthur Stevenson. Tucker William Steele. Riley Lynn Stropel. Heidi Sutherland. James Rayford Sykes the fourth. B. Simons. Savannah Kathleen Terry. Benjamin Noah Taylor. Bora Ilkin Targenolu. Gonna get it right, Bora. Lucy Amanda Terwilliger. William Huck Tettelbach. Indiana Jill Bain. Allison Martinez.
Caleb Finnegan Torrey. Corbin J. Towery. Aaron Sebastian Tubia Gabriel. Court Amarin Turner. Turner Reeve Underhill. Owen Omar Valdivia. Caroline Kate Van Pelt. Liam Grant Van Valkenburg. Ali Vasquez Pacheco. Roxana Villanueva Vieira. Cosette Vincent. Ryan William Walsh. Alexis Walton. Max Ward Nanny. Anderson Crest Watanabe. Ingrida Gaia Wathan. Reese Elizabeth Weissman. Ariana Mercy Leonard. Porter Charles Whitesell. Hunter David Wilkins. Weston Stewart Wilkinson. Griffin Roy Williams. Griffin Ryan Williams. Charles John Witham. Letta Adrian Wright. Michael Robert William Weimer. Bridget Lynn Waisang Vieira. Leah Turner Yeager. Sloan Haley Uvoli. Ireland Brooke York. Justin Andrew Zink. Nina May Zipnik. Christoph Mueller. Jesus Romero Chamado. Ian Sederholm Orozco.
Buenas tardes, soy Jessica Loya y soy la presidenta de Latinos en Acción. Good evening, parents, students, family, and friends. I'm Jessica Loya. I would like to extend my sincerest appreciation to everyone present this evening for being here to share this moment with the class of 2024. You may be here to support your child, a friend, a cousin, or a niece, but your presence today means more than you can imagine to those of us graduating. Gracias por estar aquí. Fellow graduates, don't underestimate this moment. I know that some of us have struggled to get here. We trudged through impossible FAFSA applications, we had childcare responsibilities after work, we completed homework late into the night after work, and we fought language and cultural barriers along the way. We balanced the responsibilities of being a student with those of being a sibling, an employee, a friend, and a child. But the most amazing thing is that despite these additional responsibilities, we thrived. I was there on the day you received that big scholarship. I celebrated with you when you got that internship you wanted so badly. We were together as we received college acceptances, passed finals, and won championships. Now, we're here together again, this Friday evening to receive our diplomas. The diploma we earned represents the culmination of our efforts as well as our undaunted desire to continue to dream big and build a bright future. One important thing I learned along the way was to ask for help when I needed it. I used to think that asking for support was a weakness, but I no longer believe that. Asking for help requires confidence and strength. Surround yourself with people who motivate you. It is because of the community that surrounded me that I made it through 2,160 days of school. When I doubted my academic potential, Miss Moffett pushed me. When I struggled to solve stoichiometry, Dr. Cronley guided me. When I needed a trusted adult, Miss Williams listened to me. When I couldn't solve for why, Dr. James calmly showed me. When I was confused about college applications, Lindsay clarified for me. When I became nervous about advocating publicly, Dr. Job calmed me. When I took school too seriously, my siblings reminded me to laugh. Y cuando necesitaba palabras de ánimo, mis padres me motivaron. Gracias por tenerme paciencia y por confiar en mí. No los decepcionaré. Estudiantes, acuérdense que cuando logres tus sueños y metas, no lo hiciste solo. Siempre buena vida me dieron mis padres. Me han motivado a echarle ganas a la escuela y me recuerdan que si vas a hacer algo, hazlo bien. Nunca me olvidaré de sus sacrificios. Seguiré trabajando duro para poder compartir nuevas experiencias con ustedes y cuidarlos como siempre me han cuidado a mí. And thank you to community members who opened doors for first-generation students by means of scholarships, internships, mentoring, tutoring, and hours of behind-the-scenes work for programs like Latinos in Action, Dream Big, and Bright Futures. Thank you to the educators and mentors who encouraged us to challenge ourselves academically and who reminded us that our identities are our strengths. Thanks to those who led by example and who challenged us to advocate against injustices within the system. And to my friends, thank you. Thank you for being there for me when I needed to breathe and take a step back from the commotion of life. I appreciate the late night froyo runs, the bike adventures, the Friday night Uno games, and all the memories. Your support helped keep me sane. I admire all of you, and I am motivated by your perseverance, confidence, intelligence, and energy. Y para toda la familia que no pudo estar aquí, gracias por apoyarnos a través de fronteras y desde el cielo. Por ustedes soñaremos en grande. Hoy celebramos la graduación de la clase del 2024. Our high school journey has ended, but there is a world to look forward to. Congratulations, minors, y gracias, Park City.
Hello. Welcome the class of 2024. I'm Zach Minter, your student body president. Guys, we did not good. The angst-riddled teenager I am, I hate many things. Among them are those UGG slippers, the TSA, chihuahuas, and math, but not math teachers out there. I may lie on my bed, blinds drawn, walling in my own existential torment, but also somehow self-satisfied for how deep of a guy I am, to contemplate the incredibly original idea that we all live in a floating rock in outer space, all while romanticizing the now obsolete punk rock rebellious zeitgeist, that whole leave me alone mom vibe. Because I think as young people, maybe too often we're advised on the way that life works. Because it seems like any time adults are talking to us, they try to tell us how to live or what to take away from every single moment. That there's always some sort of lesson behind everything. Personally, while I think that the wisdom of our elders is useful, and don't get me wrong, parents and teachers, we appreciate your concern, maybe we should consider the fact that just like us, they're all sort of figuring things out too. As graduates and mostly 18-year-olds, we're all about to find out that adulthood is also full of angst and wonder and contemplation and probably black coffee. Because frankly, living is pretty hard. And while that not be very profound or probably sounds like a whole lot of complaining for someone who's graduating from Park City High School, I'm sure the realization that struggle is an inherent part of existing has already dawned upon you. Being an edgy teen, I would likely list off issues that plague the world, describing instances of hunger, war, and Reaganomics, and final projects that we have to do even after the AP test. Maybe your strife may have been the type where you look down at a test that you know you're probably not going to pass, your parents canceling the trip to Punta Mita. We also wallow in our past missteps, endlessly telling ourselves how much different life could be if we risked a DM to that person, or if we did enough to win the state championship, but it couldn't be the debate team. Lacrosse. Our graduating class may even feel concerned about our future, the noise of existential threats crowding and clouding our hopes for tomorrow, and whether any of us will be able to purchase a single-family home. The thing is, though, we're constantly told that our pain is worth it, and that it builds character, it teaches us life's lessons, that it even becomes a key part of us. And while I can just repeat those buzz lines, what I will say is probably the most useful piece of advice that I've ever been given, and that's just do your best. So yeah, maybe there are takeaways from most of our mistakes, but does that matter? Because trials and tribulations will continue regardless, but while our struggle is absolutely real, so is our ability to stare down the worst and then laugh about it after. Especially in the moments when we feel like we're on top of the world. People like to say time flies when you're having fun, so no wonder high school felt like it took ages, but seriously, thanks. As much as I hate seeing this, things go by in such a rush that you only realize how fast we're going when you stop and look back. I can remember the day that I came home at age 14, my $100 paycheck in tow, when I told my mother, much to her chagrin, and my father, probably to his excitement, that I was essentially ready to move out of the house. This wanting to rush on is not limited to just wanting to grow up, because in general we have this inability to just settle, always wanting something more, or at least different of our lives. Maybe a fault of the internet whittling away at our brains. Maybe it's because that we've been told we're the protagonists of our own story, and that as if in a few pages something significant is going to happen. Like we'll have some sort of major success, or maybe that those jokers in the writer room will add a cameo from Sydney Sweeney to the plot. But interestingly, while we often fall into this whole Sigma hustle grind set thing, we're forced to slam the brakes when all of a sudden a smell, sight, or sound causes us to wish that we were reliving our best moments, especially the ones we didn't think were significant at the time. Maybe we're greedy, never having quite enough of those moments that at the time may have felt like they lasted forever but passed all too quickly. We always ask if we could just have one more minute with those people in that place, with those memories, with those feelings we felt, figuring out how to navigate our own teenage dramedy. But maybe we shouldn't. Being forced to move on can often be a good thing, because being trapped with your friends on infinite repeat can morph into something pretty horrific, because I couldn't bear to look at Harper for another 12 years. But also because the finite nature of our best times forces us to appreciate them even more for having taken place. You may be told to make the most of every moment, or worry if you've taken too much for granted, but just being there was enough. And ironically, stressing about whether or not you're doing enough to appreciate something is just more of a distraction. And as I'm sure you all understand too, is the fact that no matter what, we're forced to move on. A good thing, because there's always the opportunity to create new memories that may also become our favorites. So let's continue looking ahead and leave some of the reminiscing for when we're sitting in our cars listening to Lana Del Rey. Because as we reach the future, remember the simple slogan of just do your best. So as we near the end of this frankly self-aggrandizing and long-winded speech, I can tell you to be present or learn from your mistakes and whatever else you've probably heard thousands of times. And while they're all valuable pointers, words that help us navigate through this whole game of life, realize that no one really has an answer. So rather than take away some sort of Hollywood or storybook hero's journey lesson, embrace this absurd random situation we're all in and just keep doing what you're doing to thrive in that. Get excited for the future experiences you'll have, the things you'll do, no matter if they change the world or not. No matter how much we resist, we must all keep marching forward into the unknown anyway, and just as much as things can be scary, a lot of the time stuff works out. Make sure to realize the value in other people. Our peers who are graduating today have already or will soon. Recognize our teachers and staff who put up both figuratively and literally with our crap. Your parents and family, and if not, the people who give you strength or at least make things a little less lonely. The value in the people who've come and gone in your life and those that you'll meet soon. Because their presence, if anything, makes living at least a little more interesting. Finally, have an appreciation for your ability to be conscious and on a fundamental level, at least have the ability to think or perceive the stuff around us. And while I may drone on about how we're just living on a floating rock, we need to understand that it's so much more. This is a floating rock that by some miracle may be the only one that has any form of life on it. one filled with lush forests, deserts, tundras, beaches, oceans, and the mountains we live in, one bustling with the diversity of a bunch of other interesting characters all bobbling around with us, which adds all to this sort of what are the chances type of awe. But maybe it isn't that deep. Something I should have told myself more when I was writing this speech, so sorry to everybody that had to put up with my complaining or rambling, mainly my mother. But I digress. Everyone is sort of just figuring it out, and so are you. So while I'm not qualified to give you any transformative life advice, what I will say is continue to laugh, cry, hate, and love, think too much or too little, frolic through a meadow or punch a mirror in range, sing in the rain, feel angry, jealous, regretful, disappointed, frustrated, and scared, but also confused, curious, surprised, joyous, tranquil, and excited throughout the rest of your lives. Appreciate how silly and how real life can be. Congrats, guys.
Guys, don't worry, I'm the last one. Good evening to Park City High School's teachers, staff, faculty, parents, relatives, and of course, good evening to our most important guests, the Park City High School class of 2024. My name is Scarlett Brinton. I'm the Park City High School senior class president. I'm so honored and excited and only a little bit nervous to be standing before you on this day, which is very likely the last time we will all be together as a class in one place. So, over the last month or so, I was asked the same two questions every single day. The first question was, Scarlett, what on earth are you going to say in your graduation speech? The second question was actually, girl, how are you feeling photography 1? But I don't want you guys to worry about that. So, when answering that first question, I would usually say something along the lines of, I'm still figuring it out, or just let me cook a little. Which, if I'm being completely honest, meant that I had no idea what I was going to say. I truly enjoy public speaking, but of course, there's a new level of stress and a certain pressure that comes with being the last speech that your entire high school class will ever hear. The main struggle I was having with writing the speech was avoiding cliches, and I was sharing this worry with anyone who asked. The very last thing I want is to sound like a ChatGPT, write me a graduation speech prompt. But no matter how helpful any of my friends or teachers were, when I told them about my worry, none of them had an easy solution. This was actually until I brought this up to my mom. She told me, honey, I don't know if it's possible for you to avoid cliche. I thought about this for a while, and then I realized that she was right. There honestly isn't much you can talk about in a high school graduation speech that hasn't already been talked about in a high school graduation speech. However, I think that this redundance is actually pretty symbolic. Let me explain. So, to show you all what I'm talking about, we're going to go through an exercise together that requires a little bit of effort on both sides, so bear with me. Parents welcome to follow along as well. Please raise your hand if you have ever ridden on a yellow school bus. Okay, now raise your hand if you've ever been to a football game. Raise your hand if you've ever procrastinated on an assignment. Raise your hand if you attended homecoming or prom. Raise your hand if you have ever heard the advice, live in the moment. Everything goes by so quickly. Okay, thank you so much. You guys pulled that. Okay, so yes, I know that some of these questions were basic, and they sounded like the exact 20 questions that come to mind when you think about the American high school experience. However, the point of that exercise was for you all to be able to look around and realize that every single high school cliche, even though it might be just that, a cliche, exists for a reason. And in turn, this means that there is at least one thing that unites each unique person in this class with each other. So another bit of advice I was given in writing this speech was to try to figure out if there was a word or a phrase or an idea that best encapsulates the energy and goals of the Park City class of 2024. As almost all of you probably know, Park City is a very small town. I'm telling the truth when I say that since I moved here in 2017, there has not been a single time that I've gone to Smith's to get something and not seen someone I know. The truth is, this constant familiarity and predictability, although uncomfortable at times, defines Park City and Park City High School. I know that in the next few years, a lot of us will be going out into the world on our own for the very first time. And no matter what you say, that is scary. I want just as much as any of you to get out of this town and spread my wings, but guess what? The cliche was right. And I have anxious butterflies in my stomach just thinking about it.
I guarantee there will be at least a few times we all just yearn for the familiarity and predictability of Park City. Like it or not, we will sometimes want to have back that feeling of, oh my gosh, I literally can't go anywhere without seeing someone I know. One of the questions I asked you earlier was if you had ever heard to live in the moment because life goes by so quickly. The majority of you raised your hands, which makes sense, as this is probably one of the most stereotypical bits of guidance given to us at this point in our lives. However, that advice is kind of real. I hate to admit it, but the people were actually kind of right when they said that time goes by quickly. Believe it or not, the main takeaway I want you all to have from today is that there is value in paying attention to and appreciating cliche and predictability. The next time you hear someone say a phrase you've heard a million times before, I want you to make a conscious effort to stop and think and register that there is at least a little bit of valuable truth behind what is being said. Most of the time, the people giving us this classic guidance are people like parents, or teachers, or mentors of another sort. One of the most important things I've learned over my high school years is that there are so many benefits to collaboration and exchanging ideas, especially with those who have walked in your shoes. I know that a lot of you are likely hearing the same advice over and over. However, hear me out. I want you to stop and think. Think hard into that cliche advice. I want you to think about why that advice is so commonly given. I want you to recognize that you are not alone. I want you to appreciate the community formed by those around you. And, to end with some more cliche advice, value the time you have left in Park City, but do not forget to embrace the future and the autonomy it delivers. There is no definite manual on what to do after high school, and to be a little dramatic, there is no be-all and all philosophy on how to live your life. So all you can do is take bits of guidance from others and use it to shape who you will become. No one knows the exact direction you'll travel, so that is up to you to decide. Here's to no more 5-minute passing periods, here's to no more parking lot ops, here's to no more hall monitors, and here's to bright futures for each and every one of us. Thank you. Okay, class of 2024, please rise.
Parents, if you want to head down so you can take a picture of the hat toss, you're welcome to do that.